Hello, it's Cindy Walter, the Healthy Knitter, here on episode 57. And I've got a lot of things to share with you today. I think I'm going to title this episode Styling Your Knits. I am someone that I do not always match from head to toe, wearing a different handbag with a different outfit and matching everything. But yesterday, I hosted a business training in my home for my health and wellness coaches. And it was a post-conference training. And I wore my lane pants that I sewed, and I wore a tank top that I knit, and I had a really pretty necklace to go with it. And I had so many compliments on my outfit. And I'm like, I think I might make a little more effort because I felt good because I matched and I was coordinating and I took a little extra time to match the jewelry with the outfit. It made me feel good. And I thought, why don't I do that a little bit more often? My husband just couldn't get over it. He's like, you made that? You made those pants? I'm like, yeah. And those are the lane pants I'm getting ready to make pair number 2 this week. And so I loved the feeling of having an entirely handmade outfit and then coordinating it all. So I'm going to do more of that. And I encourage you to do it too. Sewing is not going to be something that's going to take up as much of my time as knitting. I can't see that ever happening, to be honest. But if I can sew enough to make pants, skirts, and dresses, maybe some simple things to go along with the knits that I wear, I absolutely will do that and I'll feel great. So just wanted to encourage you a little bit with that. I am going to show you a finished object and some works in progress. Quick sip. I'm drinking Clear Protein. It is a tropical bliss flavor. It's delicious. And while I'm drinking that, I'll tell you why. Women, especially, the older we get, we really, really need to work on getting enough protein. And we should have a gram of protein per pound of your ideal body weight. So if you're overweight, you don't pick the weight you're at now, what your ideal body weight is. And I strive for 150 to 160 grams of protein every day. And I have a lot of tools in my tool belt to do that because I'm a health coach. I sell health and wellness products. I have protein shakes. I have extra protein that I can add to the shakes. I can add to Greek yogurt, to oatmeal. I have protein bars. I eat, the dinners that we cook and prepare are from Purple Carrot. They have protein in them. So I really watch my protein. I have a hard time getting that much protein in. So we just came out with a clear protein that you just mix with water. It's super refreshing and it's a great way to get an extra 20 grams of protein in a day. So that's what I'm drinking, and it does help me to get my water in. We're doing an 11-day reset after Labor Day to help people do a detox. It's really great for people that want to lose a few pounds, but really good just to detox the body. And I think we're going to do a focus on hydration because so many people do not drink enough water. Also, we should have, some people say a gallon of water a day or half your body weight in ounces. I've heard both of those things. I try to drink like this. This probably has, I'd say, at least 16 ounces in here. It doesn't have a measuring thing. Oh, maybe it does. I can't quite read it. I would say I try to get the equivalent to about 5 or 6 of these in a day. That's a lot of water. So for me, it helps to add a little something to flavor it. So other tips would be fresh lemons, fresh lime. So if I have seltzer water, that's what I like to do when I go out to a restaurant. I'll get a seltzer water, soda water, and I'll ask for fresh lemon or lime. So that helps me just get more water in. I'll do the clear protein. We also sell a hydration product that's fabulous that has electrolytes in it. So it's great for hydration, but also we have one for your immune system. We have one with hyaluronic acid, so that's great for your skin. So I do a couple of those things per day. That adds very little calories, but really helps me get get my water in, because that's super important to get enough water and enough protein. So there's my health tips for today's episode. Now let's talk about what I'm wearing. This is one of the Bluebells that I made. I made 3 of these. If you've been following me for some time, I absolutely love these sweaters. I would make them again. They're super light and airy. You can barely see I have a kind of a sports bra underneath it. You can see it's a little darker in here, so you have to wear something because it's kind of holey and airy, but you can see the raglan increases on both sides. It is just absolutely lovely. My daughter loved my blue one. I sent it back to England with her. And then I made a golden, like mustard colored one as well. I would do this again. And I made it with, I've heard people say it a couple different ways. I've always said Isager yarn, soft fine in color 36. Bluebell's pattern is by Sonya Sorensen. But I've heard people say Isager. They say it with a prettier accent. So as long as you know it's spelled Isager, I would use this yarn again. I absolutely love this, highly recommend it. And it's a nice, easy, quick make if you need something to cleanse your palette, because certainly some of the other things I make take a lot longer. All right, so then I have one finished project. I finished another pair of vanilla socks, and the vanilla sock pattern I use is the Crazy Sock Lady. She's also here in Ohio. We probably live about 3 hours from each other. I'd love to meet her. I watch her podcast. I'd love to sit and knit with her. But this is her pattern, and I used the Frankie Gray Fiber Set Blackberry Jam to make these. And it was kind of funny. These are for me. This is special yarn because I watch the Grocery Girls and absolutely love them. And so I made these for me. So this little problem, no one will see, and it's fine with me. I ran out of the blue yarn on my last toe. So the cream yarn came with the kit as well. So this might drive some of you absolutely crazy, but for me, the toes aren't even seen. So I didn't think it was a very big deal. And I'm keeping these for myself, but they're adorable. I absolutely love the set, and I'm excited to have another one done. My goal has been to make 1 pair a month, and I think, I haven't counted for sure, but I think I'm on track with that. And that is it for finished projects, but I do have quite a few whips, and what I have going on here might really stress some of you out. So I'll just warn you right now, if you're a monogamous knitter and you can't handle more than 1 project, maybe tune me out for the next few minutes. But for those of you that want to see the rest of the things I'm working on, I'd love to share. So every time I finish a pair of socks, I get going on another one. And I did have this pair casted on, and it's the vanilla sock pattern. I go between cooking and knitting here. And I've made this exact set before. So this is going to be my second set in this yarn. And this is Fibra Natura Cobblestone in the color Mai Tai. So these will be a gift, and I'm excited to make those. I also am going to be tackling my tube this week and trying to get 2 sets of socks out of that. And I'll probably do a whole video on that when I get going with that. I've got to really watch a YouTube video and focus and have no distractions when I do that, because it's brand new to me and it does make me a little bit nervous. So, all right, updates. I had one kind of tough thing happen with my baby blanket, but it's all good now. And I am absolutely loving it. So I did one of the short videos. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it, but I try to be lighthearted when I have mistakes, because none of us want to waste time, and none of us want to spend hours on a project just to frog it, to start over. It's really frustrating, but I try to make light of it. And in my stories, I had torn out the whole entire blanket, and I had it sitting in the bag, and it looked like spaghetti was falling out of my project bag. And so many people commented, laughed. It was just hysterical. So let me catch you up on this beautiful blanket. So this is where we're at, and you'll see every time you see one of these big hearts. That is a 19 row pattern. 19 rows, now I'm on the third pattern. So the way this is written in the book, these, you know, cables to the front, and then the moss pattern, this is 4 rows of a pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, repeat, 1, 2, 3, 4, repeat, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 19. And so I got the first 19 rows done, and I found a couple mistakes. I had a hard time deciphering the pattern. I'll show you what it looks like. And some of you guys are probably thinking this is baby stuff, beginner stuff, that I should know. But I think I'm one of those people. I have to be able to visualize the outcome. And sometimes reading patterns is really challenging for me. So reading the 4 pattern, no problem. It is the Irish moss. It's knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and then the second row is knit 1, purl 1, and then rows 3 and 4 are purl 1, knit 1. Easy peasy. For the cabling, you're knitting and then you're purling on the back side, and every 4th row you cable. No problem. But when I got to this baby, and it had, you know, you're reading the chart from one side to the other side. So on one, you follow the odd numbers and then even numbers, and it's wrong stitches on the odd numbers, and not wrong stitches, wrong side on the odd numbers, right side on the even numbers. Very, very confusing. And you can see with all these diagrams, I have to really pay attention to this. Like, this is not something I can do and talk to you at the same time. Like, I have to totally be in focus mode. So this might take me a year to make this little baby blanket, but my grandbaby is worth it. I know. So anyway, I found a couple mistakes. So I hope I'm not the only one that does foolish things like this. I saw the mistake and I really thought about it. And I thought, my son will never notice this. His wife will never notice this. The baby surely will never notice this. Can I live with it? And I couldn't. And so I tore back probably half of the work that I had done. And then when I tried to get back on track with the pattern, I couldn't. And it was messy and sloppy and so frustrating. And at that point, I had wasted so much time trying to pick back up where I was. So I just decided to frog it all the way back down to the beginning. The beginning 4 rows was just garter stitch, knitting for 4 rows. So I frogged it all the way back, and then I caught back up to where I was. So I'm on pattern 3 now. I have zero regrets, and I'm actually proud of myself that I went back and frogged that far, because I love it. Like, I think that is stunning. Stunning. I know it's a baby's blanket, but oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. It is just beautiful. And one of my cables was in the wrong direction, and my eye would have gone to that, and I would never have been able to, you know, it's like you buy a new car and you've never seen anyone driving that color and that brand of car. I have a red Honda CRV. When I bought my red Honda CRV, no one had that car. As soon as I buy the car, I see it everywhere I go. My eye would see that mistake every single time I looked at the blanket. As the baby grows up holding and cuddling this blanket, I would see it. So I now am so proud of it. Love it. And I would make this pattern again, but if I had a friend that wanted to make this pattern, I would have to spend a lot of time explaining it to them so that they're not frustrated. I ended up just making my own little chart up so I knew where I was. I could not figure out for the life of me how to do 4 rows with all the patterns and then 19. It was an off number. And I read the instructions over and over again. And Jessica, I know you'll watch this podcast. I love you. Jessica is my local, the Pin Drop Shop store owner. And I sent her the pictures of the pattern. And I'm like, when you have a moment, can you just look at this and help me? And right in the pattern notes, It says work rows 1 through 19 of the cabled chart once, then repeat rows 4 to 19 7 more times. I didn't see that. So now when I get to that big chart, I start on row 4. I skip 1, 2, and 3. Makes sense. It took someone else looking at the pattern to help me make sense of it. So just keep that in mind. If you are ever struggling with a project, number 1, you will never ever regret ripping things back and making it right. It is like, I equate this to working out. I didn't feel like working out this morning. I was tired. I had a very, very busy couple of days. My husband had been sick this week. So all the things I was expecting him to help me with, he was not able to help me with. So I have all these people coming to my home. I'm cleaning the house. I'm going to the grocery store. I'm getting food ready. I'm working outside to make the flowers pretty. I'm setting up the patio because everybody will be walking by the patio. I put way too much stress on myself when I have people over, but I like everything a certain way. I'm getting prepared for the business training. I'm making copies for the guests coming. All this stuff I'm doing. And so yesterday after the training, then I had a few of my girlfriends come to knit. So Linda, you'll probably watch this too. Mwah. Love you. I had so much fun with them. They came and brought their projects and we sat down and we had a little wine and then we crafted for a couple hours in the afternoon with Linda, Lisa, and Val, who's a newer knitter and changed her project that she was working on to give her something that she was excited about. And we had so much fun. And I got so off on a tangent with that. I was going to talk about working out. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I was so tired from the last few days of all that I had going on and the busyness. And so this morning I didn't feel like working out, but I did it anyway. And let me tell you, I do not regret it at all. I'm so happy I did it. So that's how I feel when I take the time and fix a mistake with my knitting. I never regret it, ever, ever, ever. You'll never regret a workout. You'll never regret fixing a project. Okay, enough on that. Next work in progress is the No Frill Sweater by PetiteKnit. And I haven't made tons of progress since I showed this to you last time, but I want to kind of stand up. So I am going to be striping it. And I am really liking how it's coming out. Really liking. It's funny how the ribbing is a little bit darker than just the knitting. And I like that. And from your comments and feedback, I got that you guys did like the striping. And I just lost a few stitches. I should keep doing the striping. And I also got that I should do it uneven and not measure it to be an inch every inch increase. So I'm going to keep working on that. I love that. That's going to be a fun project. It's not my first priority. My higher priority is definitely going to be the baby blanket and the 1980 Rose Bag by Crochet Park. You can see I have 4 of the squares made. It is just such a cute project. I'm new to granny squares. I made the granny square bag by Crochet Park, which was adorable. And it's so funny. They tell you how many hours things will take on their website. I think they said 3 hours for this project. If you're an advanced crocheter, I don't call myself an advanced crocheter, but I'm not a slow crocheter, but I still have to watch the video with this. It's not memorized yet. The rows takes quite a long time. So guess how much time it takes this girl to make just one square. I'm getting quicker. The first one took well over an hour. It's about an hour per square. I have 4 squares done. I have to make 10 to put the bag together, 10 squares. So it's gonna take a while. So I thought, well, maybe my goal will just be do 1 square a day. And then I'll get the bag put together. But I am going to be doing a whole video for Crochet Park of the process. So I need to stay on top of that. So that's a priority. And then my baby blanket's a priority. And then I'll just show you my bag because I don't want to stress anyone out. But I showed you this beautiful basket that I got from Michigan. And in this basket are a bunch of other whips that have patterns with them. and they're all projects that are next up in queue, but I put them in the basket, which is kind of in the corner of my office, so that I don't have it right in my desk area and it doesn't overwhelm me. And it doesn't. I'm not overwhelmed by it. I like to know what's coming next. I like to know, all right, when I finish this pair of socks, this is the pair I'm starting next. When I finish this sweater, this is the sweater I'm finishing next. So to me, I like to do that. It's not overwhelming at all. Okay, I was so excited. I saw a comment by Robin Myers. Thank you for your patience. She was the one that won my contest that I did for the West Yorkshire Spinners. Robin, I checked my junk, my spam. I do not see an email from you. So you can either put your email in the comments below this video, or please feel free to message me on any of the social media platforms. I have my links below for Instagram, Facebook, all of that, with your address, and I will ship it to you immediately as soon as I get your address. And sorry for the delay. Not sure why it is not coming through. Make sure you have my right email. My name is spelled funny, so a lot of times people will spell it C-I-N-D-Y, but it's actually C-Y-N-D-I. Maybe that's what's going on, but I will get this to you. Thank you for your patience, and I'm so glad you're still tuning in and you knew that I had not found you yet, so that's awesome. All right, and lastly, one more little health tip on our way out the door today that I wanted to share with you is to listen to your body. If you need sleep, rest. If you need a break, take it. If your hands are hurting, do something about it. It may be that you need to switch projects, may be that you just need to take a few days off, that you've been doing a little bit too much. If you need to hydrate, drink. If you need to change some bad habits, just do it. Work on changing those bad habits. And like I said, if you need to work out, just do it. There's a video, if you want to watch this, it's hysterical. I showed it at one of my business trainings several years ago. My son actually found it, and it's called Just Do It. And it's a guy, and he's yelling, just do it. And I thought of that as I was preparing for the podcast today. You know, my husband this week has not felt like working out. We both work out 6 days a week. And he did not feel well. He must have caught a bug on our way traveling on our way home from Colorado. And so he hasn't worked out this week. He's really listened to his body. His body said, you need time to heal. You need time to rest. You need time to hydrate. He's been drinking a lot. He's been having like chicken noodle soup. Our wonderful neighbor Val brought him some homemade chicken noodle soup. I made some sourdough bread. He was eating that with it and just getting a lot of sleep because that's what his body needed. And I think sometimes, especially as women, we don't always listen to our body or the signals that our body is giving us. And we just tend to, even when we're sick, go, 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 go. So my last tip for you today is to listen to your body. It tells you what it needs if you are quiet and you listen. And we really need to obey it because sometimes we need a break. Sometimes we just need to rest. Sometimes we need to invite friends over to knit together and have a glass of wine. Sometimes we need to just, sit in front of YouTube and watch some videos while we get some work done, but listen to what your body needs. All right, next knit along is next Saturday, August 23rd from 10 to 12 a.m. Eastern Time. The Zoom link will be listed below. My website will be listed below. All of my social media platforms. If you do follow me on social media, shoot me a little message. Let me know that you're there so I can follow you back. And that's where I kind of keep everybody up to date on what I'm doing. And like I said, when I tore out that baby blanket, I had all kinds of comments because in my story, I just showed a picture of it looking like spaghetti falling out of the bag, and I said, don't ask, and everybody thought that was hysterical. So if you want those, comedic relief moments in my stories, follow me there and let me know that you're there. And that is it for today. If you need any help with anything, if you have advice, I'm certainly not an expert. I've said this before. I am someone that just loves to knit. I love to help people with their health. I am not a doctor, not a scientist, not a expert knitter, but I just love to help, encourage, and inspire people. So if I can do that for you, please let me know. Have a fabulous day. And P.S., I totally forgot to tell you a gift I got in the mail yesterday. So while my knitting friends were here, my friend Linda's birthday is very close to mine, and we hadn't seen each other. So we had little gifts for each other, and we exchanged our little gifts. And then a box had come, and it was from one of my besties who I had on the podcast in the first few episodes, Susan Wheeler from Connecticut. And I opened it up, and let me show you. Oh, I should have grabbed that too. Hang on. What she made me. So she's very crafty also, and hasn't been knitting. I keep trying to get her back into the knitting game again, but she started making these, and they have lights in them. So I can turn it on, and there's little lights in here. And what she does, her husband is a beautiful, he builds these custom stone walls in Connecticut. They're absolutely gorgeous. He's a landscaper. His gardens are absolutely stunning. They live on a huge farm. They have animals. They grow all their own produce. They used to have a co-op. It's wonderful and amazing. So these are all her flowers from her garden that she pressed, and then she decoupaged on this little jar, looks like an olive jar or something, and then she put little lights in it. So she sent me this. So I was thrilled because she had one at home, and she told me when I went to visit her a couple months ago, and she told me how she did it. And I said, oh, we need to make those together. And, you know, I was there for several days, but you just run out of time. So we never did. So she remembered that and made me one and sent it to me. But she also sent me, you guys have heard me talk about the little yarn excursion I had. I went to In Sheep's Clothing in Torrington, Connecticut, and she got me a gift card from there. So it came with Ginger's business card and a cute little ruler. And what I think I'm going to do with this is call Ginger tomorrow, and she watches the podcast too. So Ginger, if you see this before I call you, I'm so excited. I bought this magazine when I was there. She was having a trunk show, and I loved so many things in here, and I could have done so many of the projects. But the one that kept calling my name, she did not have the yarn for yet, and I was leaving like the next day, is this short sleeve sweater. It is stunning, and it was so soft. Like, I am someone that loves the texture of things. So if I clothes shop, I'm always feeling everything before I buy. And I will buy a shirt more for the softness and comfort of it than I even will the color, and being a good color for me. I'm just a sucker for that. And this was stunning. And I love the cream color. So I probably will order the yarn for that. So I'm going to call her tomorrow, but there are so many. If she wouldn't have that, I'll show you all the options. All the patterns are in this magazine, but there are so many cute ones. And my daughters love the crochet squares, so I could make one of those crochet square tops. Here's all the rest. So there's lots and lots of great options there, but that was the one that I was super attracted to when I was visiting the store, and she was waiting on her shipment to come. And I ended up buying some other things instead, and I'm thinking that's what I want. So Susan, I love you. Thank you so much. And for those of you that love to knit, you're here watching this because you're probably into all the same things I am. Oh, put a little bug in your family's ear. Getting gifts for us that we can use for next projects is so wonderful. I love at this point in my life, getting gift cards, gift certificates. It's so great because then I can get exactly what I want. But also just anything related to the fiber arts is such a great gift. And think about that for your friends who are fellow crafters. What can you get them that might be something they get excited about? I buy little stitch markers when I'm traveling for my friends. I bought little what I bought my friend Linda was I was doing a little yarn crawl and they had a really cute fall notion bag, and I just thought it was adorable, and I thought, oh, that'd be nice to have a seasonal bag. So think about that when you're thinking gifts for your family or friends that are into the same hobbies that you are. But I just wanted to come back on and tell you that, so thank you.